And it's so crazy how the universe always aligns things for me to where I'm like, I see why you did that. Bitch, you have free will. You literally have free will. You do not need to keep this hair in if you don't want to. You can take it out and restart. That's the whole point of free will. You know, some people cut their hair, some people dye their hair. I'm combing my locks out and restarting with microlocs so I can beat that bitch. It's so funny when people ask me like, oh, are you gonna be going back to your natural hair? No, I'm never going back to my natural hair, which is why I'm getting microlocs.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing, no such thing.
Jumbo everyone, welcome back. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the reason why I'm going to be combing out my locks, more specifically traditional locks versus microlocs, and why I am making that change. So without further ado, let's get started. If you would have told me at the beginning of this year that I was going to be combing out my locks, I would have laughed in your face, dead ass. I have been on this lock journey for almost 4 years. Also ignore my voice, I've been going through a lot and it's very raspy. I've been going through this lock journey for almost 4 years. It will be 4 years in August, but I have came to the decision that I am going to be combing out my locks and restarting with microlocs. I know a lot of y'all are probably like, Reese, why? We love your locks. They look so good. And I love them too. I genuinely think that locks is one of those hairstyles where it truly teaches you to love the beauty that you have without, you know, hairstyles and all that stuff, because you have to go through an awkward stage or the ugly phase. And I think that obviously with me, I never not once cared about what my hair looked like. I was just happy to be growing locks and being who I am. I've always been a low maintenance baddie. But literally I've always said, I've always talked to my sister about it, but I'm always like, if I were to ever restart my locks, I would restart them as micros or sisters. With that decision, I've been going back and forth deciding if I wanted to do micro locks or sister locks, and at the end of the day, I came to the conclusion that I am going to be doing micro locks. Also, be careful what you wish for, because clearly I made the decision yesterday and now I've already recruited my cousins and everyone to help me so then I can get this hairstyle done hopefully by Friday. My goal is, especially with me asking 3 of my cousins to help me, that's 4 of us on my hair, and with starting around, let's say 9 a.m, hopefully even doing 12 hours, we will be able to completely comb out all my hair. I genuinely don't think I have as many locks. I think I have around, maybe judging by the size of my head and even just the first row being around 10 locks, I'd probably say I have around like 90 to 100 locks. And with that, if there's 4 of us divided 25, it takes 5 to 10 minutes to comb out each lock. That's being very, very ambitious, but you never know. So I'm just excited for that process, that I have a lot of people helping me and that it'll make the process so much more easier. With that being said, I am gonna have to go to the store tomorrow and buy the conditioner, the combs and stuff from the beauty supply store, and just all the supplies to get ready to comb my hair out. So like I said yesterday, I decided that I am gonna comb out my hair and restart my locks. With this decision, I at first wanted to be like, no, I'll wait till summer's over because I literally already have my next retwist scheduled. But then I'm thinking, I'm like, I know myself. I know that I can be patient, but like when I have my mind made up about something, I'm not patient about it. So I want to get it done as soon as possible. So I was like, okay, like I can wait till like towards the end of September. Then I was like, that's too long. Then I was like, okay, we can do July. And I was like, that's still too long. And the only reason why I've been so hesitant on it is because I have 2 jobs. I have a night job that's Friday, Saturday, and then I have a day job, or, you know, a restaurant job that's Monday through Thursday, or just like whatever days I'm not working. So with that, I'm like, these next couple of days coming up, and it's so crazy how the universe always aligns things for me to where I'm like, I see why you did that. So that's where I was like, I don't know if I can wait. And I literally have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off at my day job, or the new restaurant job that I got, and then I work Friday night. So that's where I'm like, genuinely, if we started Wednesday, and even if it takes Thursday, Friday, like we can still get it done before I have to go to work on Friday. So that is essentially the goal, that we're gonna be starting on Wednesday, hopefully finishing Wednesday night or even Thursday morning. That's where I'll wash my hair, condition, and hopefully we can start my hair Thursday or Friday and finish by that day. But yeah, like I was saying, when I make my mind up about something, it is so hard to change my mind. And I think that's why, like, I've been going back and forth. I'm like, okay, like I've made the decision. Yes, I'm gonna be combing out my locks, but like, do I want micro locks or do I want sister locks? And I was willing, y'all, I was willing to drop that band on the sister locks. All right, I was willing to save up my money, go do the consultation, all that other stuff. But then I started watching a whole bunch of videos on sister locks versus micro locks and what the difference is. And basically the difference between sister locks and micro locks is Sister Locks is a patented, basically, brand or hairstyle that you have to go to somebody who is certified in Sister Locks, and there also is a specific type of grid pattern that you have to follow with Sister Locks. Sister Locks are also, the only way you can do it is by the interlock method. With micro locks, it can be whatever grid you want, a little bit like more of a size variation. Because of Sister Locks being patented, they only have one size, you're only able to do it one way. With micro locks, there's so many different ways you can start it, with braids into twists, interlocking it as well, but they don't count as Sister Locks unless you go to somebody who is certified in Sister Locks, if that makes sense. So I think that's also another reason why I wanted to get my hair done. I'm just gonna do a quick close-up real quick. As you can see, I have like medium parts, so I don't have too big parts, but they're also not small as well, like as small as I want them. And I just see the micro lock girlies just eating. Like, I'm so jealous. I texted Soraya and I'm like, I'm so jealous of the girls who started their locks with micro locks. And that's where I'm like, bitch, you have free will. You literally have free will. You do not need to keep this hair in if you don't want to. You can take it out and restart. That's the whole point of free will. So that's where I was like, I can take it out on Wednesday. Like, I can start Wednesday. That's where it might come to a little bit of a shock with some of my coworkers and be like, bitch, I just saw you with this hair. Yeah, and I changed it because I felt like it. Oh, that's why it's so dark, y'all. I forgot to open my blinds. So that is also why I'm like, why should I do this? And especially, I am going to be a senior in college now. And I think that with switching to St. Kate's, I'm more of like, I feel more adulting, right? And also, if you didn't know, especially in the deaf community, it is like an honorary thing to get a name sign. And my name sign is like this. If you don't know what this sign is, it's basically locks. And especially, it's perfect because it has the R hand shape and I have locks. So I think it'll also be like, oh my god, is your name sign gonna change? No, my name sign is staying the same because I am still gonna have locks, just a different variation. So yes, that's my name sign. I love it because I feel like it fits me perfectly. Like, and then once I like get my hair done, tea. But yeah, I was just feeling like I am low-key getting up there. Not up there, but like I'm low-key an adult. Like and sometimes I'm like, damn, I am an adult, which is like kind of crazy because I still feel like a 16-year-old, just saying. So with saying that, it's like, okay, I have felt like within these past 4 years, I have gone through so much with men, family, with money, with jobs. So that's where I'm just like, now going into my senior year and having this kind of like fresh start, I want to take all the knowledge that I have had within these past 4 years of having locks, seeing each stage of myself be able to grow and grow and grow, and take that and apply it to what I want to do in the future. I don't know if that makes sense. Basically, what I'm trying to say is people say that hair holds energy and memories. And I think that with me losing a lot of friends, coming to the realization of who I want to be, transferring schools, all that other stuff, I feel like I've gone through so much change that I want to change my hairstyle as well to reflect the change that I've gone through. And with combing my locks out and restarting, I think that I kind of have like a fresh start in a way. And this is so random, but like kind of connecting it even like with my abstinence journey. Like, I've been abstinence almost going on 2 years now, and I think that with having that hairstyle, it'll almost like solidify even more, like, you know, she's a healed baddie, she takes pride in her body, like, you know what I mean? I take care of myself. And I think that I've been just feeling like in such a rut, and I have explained this so many times on social media, but I genuinely have felt like I've been going through a rut. And obviously there's a lot of family stuff that's going on with me that can attribute to that, but I just feel like, you know, some people cut their hair, some people dye their hair. I'm combing my locks out and restarting with micro locks so I can beat that bitch. I've also been saying, like, I've really been genuinely trying to step in my feminine era, and I think with stepping in my feminine era, I need a new hairstyle. Obviously, I'm not saying that traditional locks they're manly and they're masculine, all that other stuff, but I personally feel like with me, I'm low maintenance but high maintenance at the same time. So with me, like, I want my hair to be as healthy as possible, and with having traditional locks, for them to be healthy, you really shouldn't be getting a retwist for 2 to 3 months. And with me, I really be roughing it. I be waiting until the 3 months. But with saying that, I'm like, okay, with me wanting to step in my feminine era, and I know people are like, learn how to do the perimeter of your hair. I don't want to. So that's where I'm like, with getting micro locks, I feel like getting that retie every 5 to 6 weeks will give me so much more confidence, because the frizz, y'all, after I wash my hair is insane. And then also, kind of like I talked about in my TikTok video that I made on my spam account, I was essentially saying that, like, with having traditional locks and you get a retwist, you literally, at least for me personally, because I'm not gonna sweat my retwist out, bitch, I just paid $150 for this. When I get a retwist, I'm gonna cover my hair. So that's where I'm also like, damn, I literally have to cover my hair. hair for a month, because that's how I allow myself to maintain these hairstyles, is by covering it up. But then I'm also like, that low-key adds to my to me being not confident in my hair, because it's like, why do I have to do all this just to take care of my hair, just so I don't sweat it out? And that's where I'm like, people say with switching to micro locks, like, it's a lot easier when washing your hair, you don't get as much frizz. And can I be honest and be a little nasty real quick? There have been times where I don't wash my hair for 2 months. Ew, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. The only reason why I do that is because literally with locks, why the fuck would I wash my hair if I just got the style done? You know what I mean? So that's where it's like, with me, there's all this gel, all this products, and so that's where I'm like, I don't want to wash my hair for a month because I want it to last, because that's what I paid for. And then obviously when I take it out the retwist after a month, I allow my hair to breathe and just let it be curly, because that's what I like, is the curly look. And then after, you know, 2-3 weeks of having just the curly look, then I'll wash it. But that frizz, if you don't have your retwist lined up, no. And also, that's the thing too with me, is I don't like multiple people playing in my hair. So I think just like with my loctician, all love to her, sorry girl that I'm breaking your heart that I am switching to micro locks, she just doesn't have as much availability as I would need, especially with going into school and summer. Like, I have to book my retwist almost 2 months in advance, and I never know, especially with this new job, what my hours are looking like. So that's why it's a little bit like frustrating on like, okay, I have to get it done this time, and I know that reties are probably gonna take an hour or more longer, but they're also gonna like sustain me the way that I want. But yeah, so it's just a little bit frustrating. Like, I don't like multiple people playing in my hair. I like the same person playing in my hair, which is why like I will go through the inconvenience of going off of your schedule, because obviously I want my hair done. But if you have less availability, I don't want to have to scramble all the time to be looking for a new loctician and all that stuff. That's too much work. And yeah, also another really big thing that nobody talks about is lint. Okay, I'm probably wearing a lot of products that I shouldn't be wearing, because I don't know how lint necessarily like gets in my hair based on what products. I don't know, I need to do the research. But there have been times I'm in school, right, and like we're talking about something and I'm like going like this, and I'm literally picking out lint, and I'm like, oh my god, she's bald and she's torturing people who have hair. So that's where I'm like, ooh, I might, yeah. And don't get me wrong, so especially when I just got my hair washed last time, like right before I got it done, my hair is long. I feel like my hair already is mid back, and then on top of combing it out, I feel like it's gonna be damn near down to my butt. So that's why I also feel like these past 4 years, you know, if you've known me, I literally talked about it in my video called They're Called Locks Not Dreads, and then the history of black hair. I have done a big chop back in high school, and then after that I let my hair grow out. Freshman year of college, I started my traditional locks, the ones that I have right now. And now with going into my senior year, I'm like, I want to change. So now that I'm going to be changing my hair up, and I think that it's the time. I've been genuinely thinking about it for so long, and after seeing one girl, all it takes is one person on TikTok to convince me, and I'm like, I'm sold, give it to me. So yeah, y'all, I am going to be combing my locks out. So like I was also talking about is like with sister locks, that's kind of another thing I was debating about. It would be extremely hard to find someone and then also be dependent on that one person. Y'all, I live in Minnesota. There are 3 people in the entire state who are certified in being sister locks or whatever on the registry, because if they claim that they are but they're not in the registry, are you actually a certified consultant? I don't know. So that's where it's like, for me, I don't know if I want to go that route, which is why I ultimately chose micro locks. And like I was saying earlier, like I'm not saying like, oh, traditional locks are dirty, all this other stuff. No, I genuinely want to be in my feminine, and I think that traditional locks, especially with me having medium, isn't really giving what it's supposed to give. And I don't want my hair to get even longer to the point where it takes even longer to comb out. So that's why now I'm switching to micro locks, and I think that's kind of where I've grown my hair out for the past 4 years in order to achieve that length on what I wanted to do with micro locks. And I already know shrinkage is a thing. I'm already willing to go through the whole lock journey again, because I've already gone through a lock journey. So restarting isn't really too daunting on me. I'm used to restarting things over. I kind of even like starting over just so I can see the progress in the process. But y'all have been here since I've barely had any locks, so that's where it's kind of like, you know, it's a little bittersweet. I feel like I'm quitting my job. I just quit Cheesecake Factory. I'm moving gyms so I can be going to something that's free, because my gym's going up in price the 2nd time this year, and I'm not willing to keep giving my money to a greedy person, a greedy owner who opens up 20 million gyms at once while raising the price at your OG gym. Like, I'm just not gonna be giving my money towards that anymore, especially since I'm in college. Give a nigga some time to graduate. Like, why are you raising the prices? So I think like I'm just in this transition period where I'm genuinely letting go of things that no longer serve me. The job that I was at no longer served me. The gym that I'm at no longer serves me. And now my hair no longer serves me. And I've been thinking so hard on like, I have been feeling like I've been going through such a dark period, but with going through a dark period, there's a ghost that's starting and stopping my videos. It's like, shut up, bitch. Okay, as I was saying, I'm getting a new hairstyle. I think that I just need something new because I've just been doing the same thing. And especially with me going to the gym a lot, I think that just micro locks work so much better than traditional locks. I'm so sick of covering my hair every single time and covering it in such ugly ways, and I'm like, hey yo, I don't want this no more. It's so funny when people ask me like, oh, are you gonna be going back to your natural hair? No, I'm never going back to my natural hair, which is why I'm getting micro locks. Obviously, if I made the decision to comb out my locks, y'all think I would go back to my hair? Oh my god, my hair was so much work, and I'm already a person who doesn't like doing stuff. I'm lazy, okay? So that's where I got locks, so I don't have to do it, so I can just wake up, throw my bonnet off, and get out the door. So that's where I'm like, no, I still need that hair freedom. I need to wake up and be able to do whatever I want to my hair. And I think just genuinely, like, as my hair gets longer, hairstyles get uglier, and it gets harder because I'm like, damn, like this hairstyle used to eat when my hair was this length, but now that my hair is long, it is so much harder to do certain hairstyles and certain things on it, where it makes me, you know, have some confident issues, because I'm like, bro, I remember when my hair was so cute at this length, and now I don't feel that way anymore. And I think just like with the way that micro locks mimic real hair or my loose natural hair, that's essentially what I want to be going for. So again, I am going to be starting this process Wednesday. I'm going to obviously be taking y'all with me. I'm probably going to be doing 2 different perspectives, like one on my camera, which is going to be doing the time lapse, and then some more perspectives on my DJI, just showing and doing like the talking process. Oh my god, sorry y'all, the sun is like iffy right now, so I'm 50 shades of black in this fucking video, so bear with me. But again, I'm so excited to be starting this process. I'm the type of person where if my mind is made up about something, it is very hard to change it. So I'm not surprised that I came to the decision yesterday after thinking about it and being like, you know what, hell yeah, I'm gonna be getting micro locks. So I'm really excited, and I will be taking y'all with me. That's probably what my next video is gonna be. But yeah, so say goodbye, because this is the last video of me having my traditional locks and where I'm going to be transitioning into micro locks. So if you were looking for a sign to switch from traditional locks to micro locks, hopefully I can be your sign. But yeah, this is a decision that obviously didn't come lightly or easily, but I need some change, and I really think that I'll be a lot more happier with micro locks than the traditional locks that I have right now. So I think I've been babbling enough about locks in general, so I really hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye y'all.